Hey guys, this is the third and final video of 3. The first video I made was removed by YouTube for the following terms, and the second video can be watched below. It's important you watch them in order to understand what I'm going to say next. First off, before I go into the original reason behind this video, I want to say that all the videos were staged and scripted. It goes without saying you can't go around touching people's bums without asking. Everyone who helped in this video was informed about what I was doing and supported what I was trying to achieve before making this video. I want to say a massive thanks to Jade, Michaela and all the other people who helped make this video possible. I also want to address some of the horrified reactions from my supporters, my followers and also members of the public in relation to my first video. I also want to thank the other YouTubers, celebrities and worldwide media for mentioning the video and sharing their opinions. The majority of viewers were disgusted by such displays of open sexual harassment. That's how it should be. We should be offended by such acts. For those of you who aren't as aware as they should be, women are sexually assaulted every day in millions of seemingly small ways which other people don't see as bad. And yet they affect the woman on the end of them. It's nice to see how society is finally catching up on how this can affect women and their feeling of safety around these type of men. If you'd like more information about this subject, click the link in the description bar below. Now to why I posted this video in the first place. As a lot of you might know, if you've been following me for long enough, I don't just post pranks. I post videos that change your opinions on something, how you think about something, and I draw attention to smaller situations that might not normally be seen. Many of us, me included, can get stuck in repetitive thought patterns and assume that our view of the world is right and fair, and that's not always the case. Recently, a close male friend of mine opened up to me about the physical and mental abuse he endured throughout his marriage. He was hit, beaten, cut, had black eyes, open wounds, scars. He was psychologically abused into staying with a woman that he no longer loved. It was horrible for him. It ruined his self-esteem, and he didn't think he could talk to anyone about it, not even his friends and family. On several occasions he called the police, sometimes in the middle of her beating him up. The police instantly saw him as the attacker and would treat him as the aggressor rather than the victim. He felt like he couldn't talk about it because no one would take him seriously. Female on male domestic abuse is pretty taboo. Many people hold the misconception that men are the stronger of the species, so they can't find themselves in situations like that. It doesn't occur to them that a woman can terrorise a man. We're raised to believe that only men are the culprits of domestic abuse. That's not true. Statistics say that 1 in 10 men are victims of sexual or physical abuse from their partners. Men can also be the victims of sexual harassment, even though you might be led to believe that's not true. On a much smaller scale, I've experienced something similar to the sexual harassment portrayed in this video. At multiple events during meet and greets, some of my viewers will grab my bum and giggle about it amongst their friends. When I tell them it's not okay and it makes me feel uncomfortable, many of them will just laugh at me as if it's a big joke. I don't like it. And if the roles were reversed, would people think it was okay to pinch a female celebrity? I'm not saying that my experience is the same as a woman's or that I understand what it's like to be sexually assaulted from a woman's perspective. But all experiences are relative to each person. So if it feels uncomfortable to me, people should try and understand that and respect how I feel, whether I'm a man or a woman. After hearing the story of my friend and having my own experiences, I wanted to do something that could highlight the difference between abuse towards a woman and abuse towards a man by doing a social experiment with you as the unwitting participants at the heart of the experiment. I considered trying to do something that would showcase the violent aspect of his relationship, but I couldn't think of anything that would work. Once again, thinking back to the meet and greets, I chose to use sexual harassment as the focal point of the experiment. That way, I could pass it off as a prank, pretend it's harmless, and watch all you guys go crazy in the comments. And I'm so glad you did. I'm happy that I live in a society where the honour of a woman is protected at all costs. At no way was this video downgrading the rights of a woman, only to boost those of a man. I just wanted to show, in many cases, people will be outraged at an act aimed towards a woman, but then just laugh it off when it's a man. I don't want to turn off a light on a very real and scary issue that women face. I just wanted to shine a light towards an otherwise dark corner, abuse on men. In the video of the women getting pinched, the comments were mainly against the video, which was great and to be expected. In the video with the men, the response wasn't as intense. There was a lack of anger, even for those who thought it was wrong. No one seemed to care as much, and that was the problem. We protect women as we rightfully should. And again, I'd never want to downplay that side of things. But again, sometimes we forget that men have the right to not be assaulted or touched inappropriately. It's wrong, and we should see any attack on another human, whether physical or verbal, as an issue to be fought. Men have the highest suicide rates in the world, and I think a lot of the time that's because we're told to hide our feelings and just get over it. Women are allowed an outlet. They have people on both sides trying to protect them. For a man to ask for help in our current culture, it can be viewed as weak and pathetic, which is probably the saddest thing of all. I hope I've managed to explain this to you guys properly. This wasn't anti-women's right or anything like that. I was just hoping to show you guys something that I feel needs to be addressed. A kind of imbalance between the sexes. Feminism is important and something we should all support. But unity, I feel, is even more important. We should all have each other's backs, regardless of sex. And if you see someone doing something wrong, regardless to whether it's a man or a woman, step in and help them out.